Hey everybody, Jancy.
Denise Richards and the lovely Lulu.
Welcome back to another All Things Home. Hey, I forgot to tell you, but we're actually going to post this on Friday instead of Thursday because we're a little behind this week because something happened on Tuesday. What happened on Tuesday and Wednesday?
Could it have been Idalia?
Idalia came through. Didn't come through here, thankfully, but we got a lot of the bands, and we had a lot of wind, a lot of rain. But we made it through.
A lot of storm surge, too, for being such a small storm. But that tail end, those bands that bring in that storm surge, Inglewood, a friend of mine lives out there, 11 feet. It came up 11 feet. Yes, her elevation is 11 feet. And the water, she's on Godfrey Creek, and the water came right up to her steps.
That's a little scary.
Yeah.
A little too close for comfort.
Middle Beach on Manasota Key got washed out. So not that far from us was there some real devastation. But we did dodge a bullet, no doubt.
We dodged a bullet North Florida, and from there, basically, where you're saying, north of Tampa area all the way up. They did not dodge a bullet. Angie's family's up in the Panhandle. It basically went right over to their house. They're all okay. Some home damage on some of their homes, but thank God they're all alive.
Gosh, I'm so happy to hear that. I didn't realize. Whew.
Yeah.
Because I remember what Ian was like, and it was scary. It was.
Yeah, it's very intimidating. All right, let's jump in. So here we are, the first day of September, putting this out on a Friday. We're so glad you guys are watching this today. We have quite a few things today. We have 3, which is pretty interesting. One is something that I'm not very good at, chess.
Oh, I actually am.
Are you?
American Chess Day. Yes, I played it with my mom and my dad. Somehow I learned how to play chess as a kid.
Okay, I am not going to play against you in chess. And also Chicken Boys Day. I had to look this up.
Do tell.
Everywhere. So Chicken Boys Day marks the ceremonial birthday of Chicken Boy, a 22-foot tall fiberglass statue of a boy with a chicken head that holds a bucket of chicken. It's in Los Angeles. Okay.
Is it like a big boy was? Like when he would hold the hamburger, the big statue guy?
Exactly.
But this is a chicken boy.
A statue, fiberglass thing of Chicken Boy. Very interesting. I'll let you guys look more up that later.
You did say that was California.
California.
So perhaps that's how they were identifying at that time.
That's right, as a chicken boy.
No.
That's a crazy thing. And then the last one, which I do love, National Forgiveness Day. I forgive all of you guys out there who haven't liked and subscribed yet to our video. National Forgiveness Day.
That's a good point. I forgive you too. I mean, forgiveness is the, key to a happy soul.
Forgiveness is a beautiful thing. Let's see here. Also, let's jump in a little bit about last week's. And I'm looking at my phone because I had to read that article. I just want to make sure we're still recording. I think we are. Most Americans cannot buy a nearby home. We talked about that last week. And they can't do it. Why can't they? Watch the video. Don't tell them. Shh.
It's deep.
So if you want to know why most Americans cannot buy a home nearby where they work, where they go to church, where they do their stuff, watch that video. It's a great video. Let's jump into today's article. And I saw this come across my desk. Investors pull back. 45% fewer homes bought year to year. Now, these are the type of headlines that the news loves to throw out there.
Sure.
Because it's, oh my goodness.
Sure.
45%. That's huge. Okay. Let's look at this real quick. I just want to jump into the art. Investors face the same problems as first-time and, I would say, any home buyers right now. Low inventory, high mortgage rates. Okay. So when you look at that, of course, the home sales in general are lower because we just don't have anything on the market.
Right.
There's just not much out there.
Can't sell what there's not enough of.
Yeah. Yeah, stubbornly high home prices, big deal for investors. They don't want to buy at the height of the market. And we've had a good run up for the last 12 years at least on homes since 2011. You're squinting. You got some thoughts here?
Yeah, I do.
Give
because we're still in a huge, housing shortage. And a matter of fact, I'm very well aware of a particular company that is owned by a hedge fund that has come in and doing hundreds of rental homes in Lee and Charlotte County, and they have enough work on the books for the next 3 years.
They have plenty.
So that may be a distinguishable difference between where we are and maybe some of the other parts of the country or even the state.
That's right. So this is just a national report, right?
Yeah.
Because it talks all the way from out west, California, Seattle, all the way over here. So stubbornly high home prices and mortgage rates, limited inventory, and widespread economic uncertainty dampened housing demand and suppressed overall home sales. Factors that deter investors even more than homesteaders because they're in it purely for the potential to make money or flip or rent them out. Okay, so investors, of course, are looking at home purchases in a different way than maybe you and I would, where if I need to move because of a job, I need to move because of that reason. It's not necessarily just to make a profit. Do I want to buy at the high? No, but will people, first-time home buyers and second-time home buyers, will they buy when home prices are high? Of course, if they have to, right? So very interesting, very interesting. So I like this article because I don't want people freaking out when they see big numbers like 45% year to date, lower homes purchased by investors. Now, to me, the positive side of this, you want to hear the positive?
Sure.
If investors are buying less, it gives me and you more opportunity and less competition to buy the home we actually need. We have a lot of people around here who want to live, like our last article, they want to live closer to town, but they couldn't because investors and different things like that.
And do you know what Fannie and Freddie did? They increased the pricing on investment purchases for that very reason, to give the primary home buyer a better shot at getting those offers accepted.
Smart.
Yeah. And so this could play into that big, huge number because, yes, buying an investment property with a mortgage, the interest rate is higher, even if it's a second home.
Yeah. So this helps folks, everyday folks like us who are just looking to move into a home and it's your primary residence. Helps you not have that competition. So that's a good side of investors not purchasing as many this year to date. But then again, last year, they were buying like crazy. So this is probably more of an average norm type percentage for what they're doing. All right, enough about education for these people. We don't want to overwhelm them. We don't want to make it too smart because that's what our job is, to be smart. Let's talk about Fannie. You brought them up just briefly. Market news on Fannie Mae. What are they doing on loans for the everyday Joe Schmo?
We have conventional loans now have a 1% down program.
Wow, 1%
They're giving
down.
up 2%.
What does that mean? So somebody's buying a $400,000 house.
Yeah, they only need $4,000 down.
Look at that.
That's it.
What about closing costs?
There's going to be closing costs, but if you have a fantastic realtor who might be able to negotiate some of those closing costs with the seller, you may have a closed deal.
You may have a closed deal for $4,000.
Yeah.
A $400,000 house for $4,000. Now, something I did see on this the other day too, and that is just make sure that when you're going to make that purchase, you're not buying more than what you can afford. That's the key.
You cannot be house poor. You cannot. You've got to feel good about what you're doing. And honestly, this program right here is for folks who don't make so much money. There are income restrictions on this program.
Yes. Now,
For that.
what I do like, and people are like, oh, we're going to have a ton of foreclosure. It's going to be like 2007 and 8. It's not, and I'll tell you why, and I think you would agree with me on this. Banks are not just giving everybody loans. That's not how this works. So it's not just, you got to be able to prove that you can make your payments. Am I right about that?
Absolutely. There's a whole ability to pay part of a qualified mortgage, which is backed by the federal government.
Right.
And those are the loans that are going out, and those are the loans that are getting this type of phenomenal down payment.
Yeah. And whereas before, there wasn't those requirements to prove that you could have, that you could make your payments.
You needed a heartbeat, pulse, breath.
And sometimes they gave loans for people who weren't alive, I heard.
Those were called straw buyers. You're absolutely right. Yep.
All right, let's talk about what just happened. Let's go back to the beginning of our topic today, our beginning of our episode, and that was the hurricane that just came through. Thank God, again, as we mentioned, we made it. Now, there's a guy we need to connect them with. He's fantastic, okay? Tell them about Steve.
Yeah, Steve Bray, he's with 911 Restoration. They actually cover the whole Gulf Coast. He actually came to my team meeting and presented a couple weeks ago. Yes, and he was a wealth of knowledge and preparedness for the hurricane.
Steve's a great guy.
In a way that made sense, that didn't make you feel scared. If you weren't prepared for this hurricane and it made you think you want to get prepared, give him a call.
Give him a call.
He'll help you. If you ended up with damage from this hurricane or you're still suffering from damage from Hurricane Ian, let him help you. He's
Steve
just
will help you.
a great guy to work with and easy to talk to. And
low pressure.
again, a wealth of knowledge.
Free phone call. give him a shout wherever you are with your home. If you had maybe some issues, water damage, roof issues, a leak, anything like that.
Suspected mold that you can't see. Just make sure you talk to somebody, and I would highly recommend talking to Steve.
Highly recommend.
He's a funny guy, too. You'll like him.
He's a character. Oh, he's so funny. So funny. All right, so give Steve a call. We're going to post his info below. Enough about Steve. He's awesome. I got to say, this is probably my favorite episode. And since it was, like and subscribe below because it is National Forgiveness Day, and I will forgive you. But if you do not like and subscribe next week, I may not forgive you.
We don't have to because it's not National
We don't have
Forgiveness
to.
Day.
That's
but
part of the
today,
deal.
you're off the hook.
Have a great day.
Bye.